It has one of the 3 largest shark mouths in the world, but it never bites. Unlike a great white, this shark feeds on plankton and is not dangerous to humans, but it has a strange evolutionary secret. The megamouth shark was first discovered in 1976, and for almost 50 years, scientists have been able to capture and study only a small slither of its population. They examined only about 100 individual sharks, but it's said that there are numerous megamouths in the depths of the Indian, Pacific, and Atlantic Oceans. The females are significantly larger than the males, with lengths reaching an astounding 16 feet, while males are 13 feet. The largest megamouth shark ever recorded was a jaw-dropping 2,679 pounds and measured 18 feet from head to tail. The shark spends most of its time with its mouth open, filtering the water for plankton and feeding on it. This is usually done at depths of over 3,300 feet, which is partly the reason humans haven't encountered these strange sharks often. As for the evolutionary secret, we'll have to tell you that while these sharks are considered to be the sole existing species in a long-extinct family of sharks, new evidence shows that they might belong in the same family as the basking shark. We'll talk about that one later. Next up, we have the frilled shark. They look like a cross between a giant snake, a zombie, and a mythical creature, and for some reason scientists decided to call it a shark. In all seriousness, this shark is thought to be a living fossil. That's thanks to the eel-like appearance of this shark, as well as its dark brown skin color, and the fact that it has teeth growing on top of its lips. They have tiny, sharp teeth, unlike those of any other shark we know today. The teeth are shaped like a trident, and they point inward. This means that the frilled shark will latch onto prey and never let go. Their main food sources include squid tentacles and other soft-bodied sea creatures. They might have a weak bite, but this shark has managed to survive for 100 million years in the ocean. The frilled shark lives in depths of around 3,900 feet, and they can measure around 6 feet in length on average. Interestingly enough, these animals have one of the longest gestation periods. It takes them around 3.5 years before they can produce a litter of between 2 and 15 sharks. If it looks like a horrifying monster and swims like a horrifying monster, then it's not a horrifying monster, it's a basking shark. This is one of the only 3 plankton-eating sharks in the world, along with the previously mentioned megamouth and the whale shark. They're the second largest living shark in fish after the whale shark. The baby baskin is roughly 1.5 times the size of an adult human, but an adult human is roughly the size of an adult basking shark's fin. They can grow to smash that like button just like you should if you haven't done so already. But no, in all seriousness, they can grow to a length of 26 feet and they have an unusual brown skin. They live 660 feet below sea level and constantly swim with their mouth open to catch as much plankton as possible. Currently, the basking shark is an endangered species, which makes it that much rarer. Overfishing has led to this, but there's a good reason since they're one of the most valuable fish in the world. They're a good source of food and can be used in animal feed for producing shark liver oil and the highly controversial and generally banned shark finning. Now take a look at this fossil. The spiral you see in the stone is actually the jaw of a helicoprioN. It's shaped like a buzzsaw, and scientists were baffled by the fossil's appearance. At first, they didn't know what it was, but after careful examination, they realized it was part of the lower jaw of a shark that lived 290 million years ago. What's even stranger is that these so-called teeth whorls have been found all across the world. There are fossilized remains in Russia, Japan, Norway, Mexico, Canada, the US, China, and more. But that's pretty much all that's left of this fish. There are no other skeletal remains except for the whorls. Thresher sharks can be found in all tropical oceans across the world. The family of thresher sharks has 3 different species, and all 3 are either vulnerable or on the verge of extinction. They can reach a length of 20 feet and a weight of around 1,100 pounds. They live in depths up to 1,600 feet. And since they pose no threat to humans, overfishing is a great concern. See that large fin on the back? That's what the thresher shark is known for. The fins are prized, illegal treats in many countries across the globe, making them very valuable. That's why thresher sharks are hunted down. People also eat their meat, use their livers to produce shark liver oil, and even skin them for leather. And then we have the SAWSHARK. This shark looks like it popped out of the terrifying nightmare of some 12-year-old. They look like a shark but have a rostrum or nose resembling a saw. And of course, we know close to nothing about these sharks since they live deep underwater, sometimes at depths of up to 2,500 feet. Needless to say, they have little to no interactions with humans. They're found in the Indian and Pacific Oceans, and there's a total of 8 different species of saw shark. They usually feed on squids, crustaceans, and smaller fish, but there's something strange. Scientists can't explain the existence of the saw-shaped rostrum. They don't know why saw sharks have this distinctive feature. They could hit their prey with it to render it unconscious, or it could be used in defense against the largest predators. Even science doesn't know. Like the name suggests, the Greenland shark is found in the Arctic Ocean and the Atlantic. However, some Greenland sharks have been found in the Caribbean waters, but they were deeper below the ocean surface where the water's usually colder. These sharks can reach a length of 21 feet and weigh as much as a ton. The largest recorded specimen weighed 1.4 tons and measured 24 feet. Now, because they live in the ocean's depths, they store a lot of toxins in their body, making their flesh toxic. But this hasn't stopped the people from Iceland. They remove the toxins using a special curing technique and consider the meat a true delicacy. They live between 250 and 500 years, which means the oldest Greenland shark was born in 1522, which is the same year Victoria, the only of Magellan's ships to return after circumnavigating the globe. Also, as there's little to no human activity in the Arctic, humans haven't come into contact with these sharks often. Next comes the goblin shark. Considered a living fossil, the goblin shark should remain in the depths from whence it came, if you ask us. They're rather small, growing to only 13 feet. They can be found all over the world, and they live at depths that exceed 330 feet. However, biologists consider these sharks capable of inhabiting water that is 4,300 feet deep. Unlike other fish, the goblin shark has pink skin and black eyes. They have a cone-shaped snout, and right beneath it is the monstrously large mouth that's protruding forward. Because they have small fins, scientists consider them slow and sluggish swimmers that feed on smaller creatures on the ocean floor. After all these giant sharks, we had to introduce the white-spotted bamboo shark, which is small and measures only 37 inches. Because of their unique look, they're usually displayed in large private aquariums. However, unlike most sharks, they're nocturnal and can't cause any harm to humans. Because they live on coral reefs in the Pacific, they're mostly found in the coastal water of Indonesia, India, and Japan. They have lots of small teeth in their mouth, around 30 on each jaw, which allow them to feed only on invertebrates and small fish they come across. The great hammerhead is really popular in the world, but they're extremely rare because the great hammerhead is a critically endangered species. Their average length reaches 15 feet, but some of the larger specimens have been known to reach the 20-foot threshold. They distinguish themselves from other hammerheads with their wide hammer with an almost straight front margin. They're found in warm water worldwide, and they're considered an apex predator everywhere. Their favorite prey, aside from large fish and sharks, includes stingrays. Using their hammer, they can immobilize stingrays and turn the most dangerous marine creature into nothing more than just prey. The population of hammerheads is decreasing, but a single hammerhead can produce 50 pups every 2 years. YouTube thinks you should watch this video next. Watch this video.